Hi, I'm Tanya, and this is my channel, Tea Talks 93. So today I wanted to talk about something a little bit more serious. We get people all the time that come in and they are very sick and they're unable to make their own decisions. And sometimes we may not have family or somebody who can make decisions for them. So it's very important that we all as adults um, take into consideration that we could have something seriously wrong with our health at any time. So it was important to fill out advance directive documents, and that's what I want to talk about today. And I will be going over the ones that we have in Arizona that are available to us through the Attorney General's office. And you can Google Attorney General advance directives, and they can pull up a free copy that you can print off, fill them out, take them to a notary, or have them witnessed by someone who has no close relationship to you or has any financial gain if they help you to fill these out. One of the things that people are confused by is our surrogate decision making. So every state has their own surrogate decision making rules or laws that it depends on where you're at, if you haven't got these advance directives filled out with a medical power of attorney, who would be your surrogate decision maker or the ones who make decisions for you. Some people assume, like, if I'm 45 and my mom's like 65, I think my mom is going to be able to do it, but I have a child that's 23 or 18, and here I am really sick, and I'm having this 18-year-old that is going to be my surrogate decision maker. So it's important to know that, as well as, if that is not what you want to have happen, have this 18-year-old making decisions for you, fill out a medical power of attorney, especially if you're not married, divorced, if you don't know who the person would be. It's better to tell us instead of us trying to figure it out. So the surrogate decision making law, and I'm just going to go through that first. It talks about, if you have a medical power of attorney, that is the first person who is going to make decisions for you. They have to have it on paper. I can't just assume that you have it. It does no good if your power of attorney forms, the documents filled out and signed and witnessed, are locked in your safe at home or put away in your files at home where nobody can find them or get to them. That does no one any good. And it needs to be at least put into your local hospital's records. And there actually is a way, and I'll show you that in a minute, how to fill out a form so that you can get them uploaded to the state organization that keeps them. And then if, say, I went to another hospital in the state, I could pull them up, or I could have the medical team pull them up from where they have been stored. So that is a very good help. If you're in a small hospital and you get shipped out to a larger hospital in another city, it would be beneficial for that team to know what you want on your advance directives and who is your decision maker. So if it's not obvious who your decision maker is, that needs to be on there, of course. That's the biggest thing. When you do your advance directives, make sure that whoever you choose for your power of attorney has a copy, or at least you guys have talked about it and they know what you want, or you know what they want if you're the power of attorney. Okay, so power of attorney is first. Second is a spouse, unless you're legally separated. Third, which I have number 2 here, but I don't understand that, but power of attorney is first. Spouse is second, unless you're separated legally. Second or next would be an adult child. So this is where, see, the parent would be the next one after adult child. And that's what I was saying, like, if you assume that your parent is going to be the one that's next in line, then you would be wrong. It is your adult child. So adult child, if they're able to make decisions. And if you have more than one child, if you can see here, it would be majority rule. So if you have 4 children, you would have to have 3 children make the decision or be in agreement with what's going to happen. Otherwise, you would want a power of attorney so you can prevent that feuding from happening, that argument that they might have, because everybody has their own ideas and beliefs of what should happen in severe situations or severe illnesses, and it's important that you think about who you want as your power of attorney and make that person your power of attorney that will uphold what you want to do. So yeah, I said the parent would be next. Then after that, if the patient is unmarried, or then it would be the domestic partners or significant other. One thing you need to know too is in different states, they have different laws, of course, right? So some states, like one that I know of, has common law marriage, where they recognize, like, depends on which state it is, how many years the people have to be living together before they're recognized as spouses under common law. Arizona, for one, does not recognize common law marriage. So if you come here and say my husband or wife and you are not legally married, then you are considered a domestic partner, and one of these other people, if they are around and available, would be the ones making decisions, not the common law married person. And then the next one after the domestic partner would be a brother or sister. And then after that would be a close friend that would help, share resources, or, help you, or, be involved in your health care. So it'd be somebody like that. And then after that is like the physicians or the providers, the healthcare team would be making decisions. And then there's some other ones after that, but you can go on to Arizona State and look to see what their surrogate decision maker law is. I just type in Arizona surrogate decision maker, and that law, that ruling comes up, and you can look at that. So Arizona has a association where they want to promote getting your advanced directives done. So they want you to think about, like, what matters to you. There's the idea of quality versus quantity. Do you want to live all your life, no matter what, even if you are, in common terms, a vegetable or a persistent vegetative state? Would you want to be like that, where somebody is providing full care for you? You're dependent on them to move you, turn you, clean you up, feed you, bathe you, all those things. If that is something that you are okay with, then you would want to indicate that on your advanced directives. And if any of that is something that you don't want to be dependent, then you want to indicate that on your advanced directives. Also, you have to take into consideration your prognosis. So, do you have COPD? Do you have CHF? Do you have diabetes? Do you have kidney failure? Any disease process that, if you got sicker, because if you get like a really bad illness, end up on life support, what would that look like? You have to take into consideration, I'm already sick. I already can't get up and move around like I want to. This injury may cause you to be worse, not only initially or acutely, but also it could lead to chronic debility. So you have to take that into consideration. And do you see your health declining? If it's been declining over some time, then you may be moving towards the end of life, and maybe you don't want to prevent a peaceful passing. So keep that in mind when you're filling these out. We also want to take into consideration your faith or cultural beliefs, and we completely respect them. So if you have a religion or faith that believes that you have to continue all life no matter what, then you just would indicate that. And if you don't, then you can make your own decisions. Make sure that you remember to go to Arizona State, which would be azhdr.org, for a copy of health advance directives, or medical power of attorney, medical living will. Also, after you get it completed, you want to remember when you need to update. So if there's a death of one of the people that are your decision makers, if you've had a divorce, if you have a new diagnosis, you want to consider that, and that may mean that you want to change your mind on some of the things you put on your advance directives. If you have a decline in health, say you have an end stage disease, but you've been doing pretty okay, and then all of a sudden this end stage disease is causing you to be much sicker where you can't get around and do the things you want, you may want to revise them. If it's been past 5 or 10 years, you may want to just look at them, see if they need to be revised, see if that's still what you want on your advance directives or your power of attorney and living will. If you had a friend on there that you're no longer close to as your medical power of attorney, you may need to figure out who else you want to have. Just keep those things in mind and make sure they're up to date as often as possible. Okay, so the first part is the face page, and you'll see this is Arizona's, so that teaches shows you where to mail your forms to once they're completed, and it's on the website like that as well. This form is how to register it with the state. So you just fill out the information. It has all the disclaimers and that kind of thing with it, and then the next page you would sign to consent to have it uploaded to the state level. This page is your medical power of attorney. So you would put your information here. You would put your first or your primary power of attorney there, and then if you want a second person, you could put it here. On occasion, we have had people who have no one absolutely, and they don't trust anybody. They don't want anybody else to make the decisions, and they have put on this one, I would like for 2 doctors to review my case and make the decision for me. If you don't want somebody to have your information or a say-so in your healthcare, you would put this information there. This one talks about, do you want to have an autopsy? So if you know cause of death is likely going to be your end-stage disease like COPD, CHF, those kinds of things, you may not want to. But if it's something else, or if like the kids want to see, you know, if there's a hereditary condition that may affect them, that may be something that you want to go ahead and sign consent to, or you can just let them decide if they want to or not. But usually, like the state, if there's a problem, then they will ask to get that autopsy done, so then they get consent to it. This is the second page of the main piece of the power of attorney medically. This is about organ donation. I do want, and I've already got it set up. I do want, but you can choose what you want to donate, and then how to donate, and then organization that you want to donate to. This asks you, do you want to be cremated or buried, and do you want your ashes or your remains to go to where, and then you would fill in the blank where you want. Or you can have the person that you deem as your medical power of attorney to decide that for you. And then you have this piece. I did it upside down. It asks, do you have a living will? So this packet has just one page living will with it, which is pretty simple to fill out. So I would check yes, because you're going to do it. The second part is for a pulse, so that's something that you have to get specially done, I believe, with a lawyer in their office, which you don't have to have, up to you. But if you have one, you would mark yes. If you don't, then mark no. And would you want to be a do not resuscitate, or DNR? That form would be a yellow, or excuse me, it would be an orange form. So you have to have the correct paper that comes with this packet if you do not want to be resuscitated. So that means, like, if your heart stopped or you stop breathing, you don't want emergency medical professionals to come in and try to resuscitate you. If you do check yes on that one, then you want to make sure to get that orange form and fill it out as well. You have to have a healthcare provider sign it, that you understand that this means that you would want to be passing in peace instead of getting CPR or that kind of thing done. And then you hang it on your refrigerator. And then this one here says, no, I have not got that signed, so that would indicate to the person that you would want CPR done. And then there's the signature, and that should be witnessed or notarized. And then this one is for privacy issues. You would have to initial that so your power of attorney could get information that they need. And then it's witnessed. And the people that are witnessing, they cannot be under 18, which makes sense. They need to be adults. They cannot be related to you through blood, adoption, or marriage. They cannot be entitled to any of your finances or estate. They have to be they can't be appointed as your agent, so your power of attorney cannot be the one witnessing it. And they cannot be involved in providing health care. So your doctor, your nurse, whoever may be helping you to look at these at the time cannot witness it. Maybe a secretary or somebody that they have designated that is not in your medical record could sign it. So, okay. And then the last piece is the mental health power of attorney. So you could choose the same one or a different person for mental health. Your name goes here with all your information, and then your power of attorney's information goes here. And it asks you a couple of questions. Oh, here it is. Sorry. I'll do that again. So sorry, I got a little discombobulated with this for a second. I think I got my papers out of order here. Oh, it's here. Okay, sorry about that. So this would be your alternate spot on the next page here. So mental health. So if you suddenly got confused and maybe you get brought to the hospital, or the police come and pick you up, and they're like, well, this is not like something, this is something that we need more help with. You need mental or psychiatric capabilities to handle the situation. So they can okay you to get the power of attorney to get records or information regarding the mental health treatment, consent to the administration of any medications, or be placed in a psychiatric facility until the situation is calmed down, and then they can and once you're alert and oriented, then you would make your own decisions. So, and then this is the HIPAA waiver, so they can get that information. And then they would sign and witness, just like the other ones. So that is the advanced directives from Arizona State. If you're not in Arizona State and you're somewhere else in the United States, please look at your state laws and see what is available to you to fill out. And just in case, you know, we don't know if something might happen. I don't know if something might happen to me today You know, there's car accidents and things like that, and things can go wrong and you don't expect it all the time. So again, it's important to get them done. It's important to get them loaded at least into the hospital local to you. State level would be most excellent. So anybody that is in the medical field that has the access to that can retrieve them in case you are unconscious or incapacitated to the point where you cannot make your own decisions. And yeah, just make sure that you have everything in order so that your family or friends or whoever you designate is not so worried about not knowing what you would want. Talk to them, make sure they understand, and you know, help them. Thank you so much.